First, I want to say congratulations to Phil on this receiving this award. I haven't worked with anybody over my career more deserving of this kind of recognition. Phil has all of the best qualities you look for in an environmental partner, project partner, and environmental leader. His passion for his projects is evident. If you've ever been on a site visit with Phil or in a room full of people when he's delivering a presentation about his project, his passion is infectious. It really gets people on board, and he can really paint a picture that tells a story about the project. He also has great determination. We face a lot of roadblocks in our projects, financial roadblocks and regulatory, logistics, bad weather, all those sorts of things, but he always stays focused on the end goal, and he always gets his vision achieved.
Here today at Brick Pond Wetlands, just to show you off some of the great work done in the city of Woodstock by Phil Holst. And if there's somebody that really deserves a conservation award in Oxford County, it's the great work of Phil Holst. And he's had lots of sponsorship, lots of assistance from the city of Woodstock, the county of Oxford, and so many other groups like the Cowan Foundation, and also something called the Guns Hill Wind Farm organization. So between this and Hodges Pond, even a nice trail system between Beachville and Woodstock along the Thames River. So much great work, and that just sort of touches the surface of the work that Phil Holst has done.
I've worked with Phil on and off for about 10 years on numerous projects in Oxford County. We first started working together near Beachville. I was working on trails on the north side of the Thames River, and Phil was working with Stewardship Oxford on wetlands on the south side. And our projects just sort of intersected at some point, and we started working together. And I think our first project was building a wetland on the side of the Oxford Thames River Trail. Since then, our relationship has continued on to projects at Burgess Park in Woodstock and Brick Ponds, and then most notably for the last 8 years at Hodges Pond, where Phil and I have worked together with numerous partners and Phil has sort of led the transformation of that property that is now really becoming one of the natural jewels of Oxford County. The project is amazing, and we couldn't have gotten all that work done without Phil's effort. We started off standing in front of that pond looking out, thinking maybe it would be a dam removal, and then 1 or 2 wetlands to sort of replace the pond that was lost after the dam was removed. And 8 years into that project, now we have, I think it's 20 plus wetland cells, thousands of trees planted, trails built, wildlife structures, like much more than we ever envisioned at the beginning. And a lot of that is a tribute to Phil's vision and persistence and problem solving and partnership attributes. He's just great at doing that.
It was a few years ago I met Phil during the Springbank Wetlands project, and immediately I was met by a very charismatic individual, and we were able to talk about wildlife and wetlands for long after what we needed to talk about, and we were pretty in sync in terms of how we thought about what needed to be done for wetland protection, wetland creation, and wildlife protections. In 2019, I was chatting with Phil again about the potential for a wetland creation project, and typical of Phil, he was very excited to be a part of this, and through his connections with Ducks Unlimited and Stewardship Oxford, he was able to round up a number of individuals and funding partners to create a close to 1 acre wetland on our property.
I can remember back when I was a kid, back in the 1950s and 60s, that this type of landscape was considered wasteland, whereas today it's, in my view, some of the most valuable land going.
I can't thank him enough for the role he's played in not only the wetland development on my property, but wetland developments and other conservation programs throughout the watershed.
This Board of Directors Award is meant for project partners who have really left a long-term positive impression on the environment in the areas where they live, and I can say for sure that Phil has had that positive impact on the natural environment of Oxford County. I have seen it in countless projects, and specifically wetlands, but also in tree planting and stream restoration work. Oxford County is better for the work that Phil has done, participated in.
I know Phil, over the years when we've chatted, we've talked about the need and the benefit of wetlands, and obviously Phil knows every reason why that needs to occur, and his enthusiasm and interest in that gets other people excited about wetlands. And when we think about it, the need for wetlands is so large right now.
Sometimes you know a decision is the right one to make, and you know it's going to be a long time involved. But if you didn't make this decision, you didn't get the reward later on of looking back and seeing the end result.
Phil, I know you're receiving this award today. I hope this doesn't in any way mark an end of our time working together. We're working on lots of things currently, and I'm looking forward to all of the things we're going to keep working on in the future.
Phil, congratulations on this award. You've done a lot of great work in the city of Woodstock, and I know you're very much appreciated for all you've done here for us. Thank you. Congrats.
Well, Phil, I just want to congratulate you on getting this award. It is well deserved for the amount of work that you've put in, the people that you've connected, and I think the long-term solutions to some of our biodiversity crisis issues that we're facing right now are solved by the work that you've done in the watershed. Thanks, Phil.